needs to like make a cameo in the shot. You stay there. Okay. Hi. So it's been a little while since I've come on here. No real reason. Valentine's Day, I guess. Oh, you know what I'm looking for? Where is... Maybe it's in my purse. Hold on. From REM. I haven't used it in a while, so figured I'd drag that out. Oh, this crazy storm. It didn't end up being as crazy, I don't believe, as they were calling it to be, but it definitely did snow. And it does keep snowing. It's just not as ridiculous as they're saying. My Red Bull. Today I have tropical. Cheers. Okay. I did use this already. You can see. I think it's worn away. No, it's backwards. It's just an interesting consistency. So weird. Okay. Concealer. Just Kat Von D, I guess. I have some oil somewhere that I'd like to use. I'm wondering, what did I use before? And where is it? Oh, okay. I just got a notification. Kevin sent me an attachment, but it was sent at 2 p.m. So I was like, he's at work. He just told me he's headed to the floor. So, is it right here? So weird. Okay, it's not bad. I'm going to do some concealing under my eyes. Usually that's where I want more moisture. Maybe, otherwise it looks so cakey. But maybe I could just use a different type of concealer, but this one provides more coverage. Life is rough. Life is rough. Okay, so here we go. Okay. What's this? I'm going to throw in some light deflector highlighter under my eyes before I conceal. Hopefully that will provide more of a glide, because this is like ultra creamy too, but also more light deflecting properties, so it'll look more natural. Okay, here we go. Let's try this under the eyes. A nice heavy coat. I haven't been watching anything lately. I've been sleeping a lot more. I'm pretty sure it's just because of the storms and the weather, and it's just getting old. I'm over it. Okay, so now that I look kind of ridiculous, I'm going to use a foundation. We have this concoction that I've made. It's far too expensive to just like replenish as needed. So it's a mix of a bunch of different things, if any comes out. My plan is to use whatever's in here. We shall see. It's like 2 pumps. I probably won't even use it all. Should I mix moisture? No. I'll need more. Okay. Good coverage, but it doesn't really make it very far. I like when things are full coverage, but you don't need to use a lot. That would be like the Even Better foundation from Clinique, not the serum. The serum's similar, but the Even Better is a little bit thicker and does provide a lot more coverage. You just need a little bit. It really does the trick. Okay. Blend. I have all this left over. I think I might need more coverage. Basically just my eyes, a little bit on my chin. So for any of you guys who don't know, my name is Nicole. I'm from Maine. Originally, I was born in Rumford, Maine. Powder to set. We'll see how we do. My mom and dad were divorced 6 months after I was born. The last 3 months. My mom calls me the divorce baby. My dad doesn't have a story, but my mom does. He says she's lying and he was there. Mom says that he wasn't there and it was just the icing on the cake and the last straw. Apparently, he was getting his drywall license in somewhere in New Hampshire or southern Maine, maybe even Massachusetts. And she went into labor and he wasn't there. So, obviously, there were other things that were causing difficulties between them. But, anyways. Then she got married again. I don't know his first name right now, but his last name was Nichols.
From your calendar, Inventory Monsters starts in 15 minutes.
Oh, monsters. Inventory monsters. I'm supposed to find out how many monsters. Alexa, clear. Oh, she's gonna keep going off. I always forget that. Anyways, Nichols. So my name would have been Nicole Nichols. But that was very brief. He was like an artist, poet, cook, story writer who was crazy. I guess he held a gun to her head. This fabricated memory of him holding a gun to me when I was literally a baby. Things like that. The mind works in mysterious ways. You hear a lot of stories again and again, and you just kind of like, it's difficult. Anyways. They got a divorce. And then she wound up with my stepdad, and they're still together. However, they've gone through so much over the years. They've had my two younger brothers, so I'm kind of sandwiched in the middle. Chris and Adam. And my older sister Jasmine and my older brother Brandon. So there's 5 kids, and then I'm the middle. However, my dad had a child from even before my oldest sister. And I didn't even know I had a brother from that side of the family until like I was probably 9 or something. Mom used to always keep me, and then my sister and my brother would go to my dad and that woman that he had the child with. My mom's not really dramatic about it at all, but she's given her opinion. Like, she's not like, she's more of like a I'm here, not there type of a storyteller than a grudge holder. You know? I bet it's more likely someone else would bring it up than her. Anyways. So I didn't really have my real dad in the picture, literally, like at all. I did end up moving and living with him because of just drama, and my baby brothers were becoming teenagers too and just trying to like rule the roost. So with the small house, and I was just more in control, and everything was just so calm and relaxed. When I was at my dad's house, I had my own room, and I was just doing my own thing. So that's where I wound up. Let's see here. Blush. I'm going to try this NYX blush again. I wasn't a huge fan of it, the color. And I didn't really like any of the other color choices. So that would be this one. We lived, if you go to Rumford, Maine, I grew up in Mexico, Maine, but we lived, there's a place called The Ledge just below that, and my stepdad pretty much owns all of the land from behind the house up to there, and would like, he's a logger, he owns a lot of land all over southern Maine, or western Maine, Eastern, West, I don't know, in that area. Say Canton, Peru. I'm trying here. Dixfield, Andover. Andover is a big one. Anyway, so that's what he does is he chops down trees and he sells the cords of wood to people. And worked at the mill his whole life. So that's not bad. I think you just have to be careful with it. It's easy to put too much and then it makes it look a little muddy. I do still want kind of like a powder blush, more of like a breath of, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like gasp of air type of a blush color. Ooh. NARS or Mary Kay. I like that this one's a little scratchier because it pulls up more color from the product. That's about the only reason. The other one's gentler and more precise. If I had a NARS blush, I'd probably use the NARS blush brush. This is just gonna mix with the cream, make it stay longer. Anyways, I'm gonna do mascara next. I've been wanting to wear mascara and haven't been, so let's see if I can't find my primer and the actual mascara. Where's the mascara? I don't want to start one without the other. Okay, here we go. So this alone is dumb. Just the mascara doesn't make sense. The primer really changes it, or even it's a tinted primer. Like the primer by itself is better than this. So, and the brush applicator is just so flimsy. Like as you brush it on, it just like wiggles so easily. I don't like that at all. Make sure I have enough product on the brush here. Ooh. Oh, come on. I did love those dolls things. That like little pixelated base frames that you get online, like these bases, dolls, and then you copy it into Paint, or some people would have Paint Shop Pro or things like that to edit with. I would do pixel by pixel edits for them. It was so much fun for me. Such a good time sink. I used to sing all the time, and I had the worst voice, like tone deaf. We had this app called EJ, and I would get songs on Napster, import them in. Let me date myself here. Can't Fight the Moonlight, Coyote Ugly, that one. Shania Twain, No One Needs to Know. Literally just like on repeat, and then I'd go back and listen to my tone deaf voice and just be so sad. I had so much fun singing, but then like hearing how I really sounded, I'd be like, oh, why do I sound like that? So I'm definitely gonna do some highlighter. I don't know about contour. Like every time I try to contour, it's a nightmare. So Oh, also, it's my son's birthday. Um, but not until like 11:36 p.m., which is crazy. It's very crazy. I It was 6:30 in the morning and my water broke today, 13 years ago. And then went to the hospital and I was in labor for 18 hours or something ridiculous like that. I wasn't having any contractions, but they were keeping an eye on me. And the second I started contractions, I begged for drugs. I was like, nope, I can't do this. The worst was I had to go pee and they hadn't like done the catheter yet. They didn't do a catheter until after the drugs. So when I was in there in the bathroom, I was having a contraction when I was trying to pee, and it was like, so I was begging. And then they were worried it was too soon because there's like this window where it's too soon or too late. Basically, in the 11th hour, they were starting to talk about me getting a C-section, and that really scared me into pushing him out. They finally got a doctor there because it was just nurses, and I was like, I'd rather die on this table than have a C-section. And like, they weren't worried about Corbin. They're just trying to get me to understand what I needed to do and how to push. It was my first baby, and like, honestly, I didn't do it right until they threatened me, and it's almost like that's what I needed. And then he came right out. Literally, like, the doctor came in. It was a female. Dr. Beretta, which is like a kind of gun, so it was funny. Like, he's born with a Beretta. And he was born at the Bangor Hospital. Corbin James. So his dad, which is my ex now, named him Corbin. And I honestly, the whole way, I didn't want him to be named Corbin. I was like, Corbin, like throwing apple core into the bin. Like, I just didn't like it at all. And I completely forgot that I didn't like it. And I just like, and I did tell him if we had a boy, he could name him the first name and I can get the middle name. And if I get a girl, I can name her first name and he can get the middle name. So I put his middle name as James. Not just after my stepfather, but it's also biblical too. And my older brother, Jamie, is James. And my sister actually had a son that she named Jameson. So it's just like a family name thing. But it's honestly more biblical than anything. I do like the story of the King James Bible. They basically just rewrote it for him, trying to preserve the faith and have the king accept the Bible. And he was a great king. And it's all the same stories, just more written for him. So there's that. Oh. I'm more spiritual than like rule to the book Christian. Yeah, so this is just the base. I think I've shown you just the mascara before, and it's literally like just the primer is better than just the mascara. So, anyways, when they speak of God, I'm more of a all-encompassing believer of it being the people, the power of the people, the word of God, working towards the greater good. So that's why the Christian faith is stronger the more people you have. Or even just the education. You don't have to be a Christian. Just know that this is the lines that need to be connected that are really important to this person. It's who they've been talking to their whole life. And it's just going to make them feel more comfortable to know that you know about it if they're dying or something like that. But in the end, I really just believe that it's the people that can get you what you want. And then unfortunately, the people let things slip between their fingers, or they're not able to save unsafe road conditions, things like that that we can't control, or we try to find different ways to control and haven't really mastered yet. In the end, it's really to us that we're making those requests to be better, to be more focused. Yes, she's gonna tell me a bunch of stuff.
Nicole, here is your reminder. Laundry and dishes.
Alexa off. So, the fact that there's a big guy in the sky looking down, maybe not so much. But if you bring in the scientific aspect of it all, the powers of prayer and connection through people and wanting and getting what you need, I think it's possible if you create a good resource, family, community, and that's all about being Christian or Catholic or anything like that is. It's really just about understanding each other and having a faith in the greater good. Not believing that there's just some big guy upstairs staring down at you. It's just kind of easier to explain and then slowly understand the all-encompassing fact that it's, all of our spirits and energies working together and trying to attain the greater good. So, and also, it's okay if that is what you believe. I love hearing the stories and having an open mind. Very perceptive to other people's opinions and beliefs. I'm not about to say no, that's not true, but I am about to say what I believe and how I found myself in the faith. I mean, my first time to church, I went to Sunday school, my Graham Green Church in, I believe it's Mexico Congregational Church, and there was a man on the wall on a cross in cloth. I was like, this is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. So that was really my first introduction to the faith. And of course, Noah's Ark. Okay, so there's that. That's fine. I think I'm going to curl my lashes a little bit later. I'm going to go in with a City Mini palette. Look what I've done with this highlight color up here. I was trying to make like hearts on Valentine's Day for that look, and I just made this such a mess. Hopefully it's still usable. Sometimes when you're using your makeup in ways that maybe it's not made to be used for, you destroy the whole palette. But it's not so bad. I do still have to do eyeliner too. Get the space down. Oh. Also, it's good to keep an open mind to other religions. Like, I went to a tea meditation circle thing where we would have like discussions once a week, and one woman was Jewish and she brought a menorah and she sang her prayer and talked about her religion sometimes. And I have an open mind at the end of the day. Like I said, it's just believing in that higher power, that working together for the greater good is what's important, not necessarily Christian values over another religion's values. That's just how, like, it's a story I know. It's just weird sometimes. People call pop, I call it soda. It's both the same thing. We're working towards the same means. So, anyways, that's my idea of things. Someone might open my mind and make me realize, I feel like it's not my focus. It's somebody else's focus. Like if there's a war going on about religion, I wouldn't understand it at all. There would have to be some form of professional person to speak to, make sure that you trust them, have faith in them, and a party is voted in to be in charge of that sector. I'm just not really going to put my foot down, but I'm willing to trust people know what to do or when to do it. I feel like I have a good mind for knowing who to trust or who's in charge. However, relationship wise, you would not believe that. I'm just like so jealous. I think it's because of how many opinions there are about what a good, healthy relationship is. And I'm kind of like an all or nothing type of person, my mentality, which is fine. It's probably just more on the side of mentally ill than anything. But then I'm kind of like, then why be together at all if it's not for what I want, what I see, and it's just for you? And because I'm the one with the extreme standards, and then the other person is usually the person that's just kind of like here for the cake or something. You know, it's hard to find that happy medium, and maybe it doesn't exist. So I'm like, I'd really rather just kind of be single than have to deal with my own mental demons. It's very, very difficult. That's fine. Okay, so am I going to do a lip liner though? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to do that stay stuff with a gloss on top. Eyeliner. I'm almost done. It's really not that much stuff today. I don't think I need to add any more for my under eyes. I think that's fine. I need my lip gloss now. I do listen to Caleb a lot. I listen to like TikTok radio on Sirius XM, and I'm like, is this really what Corbin's listening to? Some of it is so X-rated, so inappropriate. I definitely have an era of Christian music that I listen to though. Every once in a while, like older ones or newer ones come on. I'm just like on Pandora. Let me see here. Hopefully it doesn't play. What's the name of it? 2014 Caleb Fan Awards is usually what I'm listening to, but sometimes other things come through. Like, if you like this, then you'll like that. And it's like, ooh, do I though? Is that what I like? I don't know if I want to do eyeliner or not. Sometimes your look is just done without eyeliner. Maybe a little. I got here. This. I keep getting my mirror out and then putting it away. Makeup, am I done or not? I just feel like the Bible is a place where a lot of people, well-educated people and uneducated, just like everybody overall, go for solace. And maybe you don't understand it, but somebody else is there with you. You're never alone. It's the same with other religions and their books that they read. I think religion is an important part of life, spirituality, but just because that's what's been given to me. I mean, some people are focused on their mathematics, on their science, and they're like, oh, I'm solving cancer. That's their focus. And your belief in the spirit world and religion is just as strong, and it doesn't need to be put down. Like, who are you helping? Who are you solving? Like, our biggest illness is mental illness and honestly, and alcoholism. And I feel like our faith really brings us together and keeps us strong. So I don't think that it's a waste of your time. If you are religious and you just kind of want to dedicate your life to God or the book, that's fine. If you don't, just don't put each other down. Like, it's whatever their thing is their thing. You know, video games, they've found it. Somebody put a whole company, enterprise, put that together to have your friend, family member play. And I know it's kind of addictive sometimes, and you really just want to rip it out of their hands. But are they hurting anyone? I don't know. You only live once, and that's where they found their happiness, their solace. Just think about all the things that they're not getting into, they're not doing. So, I don't know. I definitely think I want some gloss, though. Maybe some glitter on my eyebrow area, and I haven't done highlight yet. Here. It's so pretty. I love glitter. Okay, there's that. Some gloss, some highlight. Which highlight do I want? I think I'm just going to use Juvia's Place. I just love... Uh, it's a powder, but it looks wet. I just love that. A nice, subtle, dewy glow. Quick, easy. I've had this thing for years. Probably could use some UV treatment or something like that. Whatever they do. I'm the only one that uses it. I'm not worried. Let's curl my lashes. Like, I don't want my insecurities to bring anyone down. So, like, if I'm too much to handle, go find less. Putting eyeliner everywhere. I would say that this mascara is a lot messier. I get way more buildup on my eyelash curler, and then my lashes are more likely to stick to the curler. So I've got to be way more careful, too. Oh, dry. My lips are so dry. This Super Stay by Maybelline dries down so much. It still does transfer, too. I did test that. So you might as well put gloss over it. It's not going to stay either way. To clean my brushes. I'm going to try to tell you more about myself, be more personable with you guys, more open. I find myself either sharing too much or not enough. Just kind of let you know where I'm coming from and how I feel about things. Have a great day. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and I will see you in the next one.